Friends, Christopher Benninger was a traveler and not a tourist. He says that India has turned him upside down and inside out, and India made him the man. Let me share a beautiful story because he was a traveler. Years ago, when he was in his 50s, he traveled to Mizoram. While he was on his journey to Mizoram at a Mizo village bordering India and Burma, he came across a sign and which read, it's an ancient sign or an old sign which read, "You have come so far away, leave something good or bad." And this book is what he has left for us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Shri Harshvardhan Neotia ji, Madam, architect thinker Peter, my friend Kumarjit, my friend Anandita, and the anchor, architect Ashish Acharji, and all the office bearers of Ambuja Neotia Group. Thank you for inviting me over here to witness this August gathering as we celebrate the release of this book, as well as witness the 8th Charles Correa Memorial Lecture, which we'll shortly listen to architect thinker Peter as we witness today at the Royal Bengal Room in Kolkata. Charles Correa and Christopher Charles Benninger both shared Charles in their name. While one shared it as a last name, the other shared it as a middle name. Both studied at MIT. Both introduced different narratives of modern architecture in their times of emerging India, inspiring many young students and architects in search for meaning for architecture. Both furthered their intellectual pursuits by writing books on issues that deeply concern them about the built environment in India in particular. Both were masters of their craft of architecture, creating timeless buildings. What could be more important platform for me to release this book than this one? I'm truly honored, and this is a fitting tribute to late Professor Christopher Benninger, whom we have lost just a few months back. This book is a sequel to Christopher Benninger's first book, which became a bestseller book in 2011 for almost 18 weeks. Subsequently, it was translated into Chinese, Gujarati, and Bangla in Bangladesh, while it is getting translated into Persian also as we speak, and into Hindi and Marathi. So friends, this is a sequel, and this book is called The Great Expectations, Notes to an Architect, which he has been just able to finish writing just before his demise. Professor Benninger describes he had the good luck of having great gurus and great teachers. He believed that the greatest form of good luck in anyone's life is to have good gurus. He was blessed with friends, wise men, mentors, and gurus and colleagues. He went out searching for some of them, and some found him in return. Friends, if I may say, surround yourself with wise people. He often said that if I was a young architect, I would first design a structure called me. One should design oneself as a strong person, just like a good structure of a building, and imbibe values and principles. Try to be contextual and be grounded. He was indeed a great architect, but first he was a good person. And he often said, it's more important to be a good human being than a great architect. Friends, This book is 300 pages. It took me almost about 15 hours to finish this cover to cover. That's almost like 3 minutes a page. If you guys decide to procure your copy today, I will be very happy to sign it for you. It may take over a weekend to finish it, or if you want to kind of ponder on it, an hour a day, it would be a fortnight to finish this beautiful book. It's a very free-flowing book to read. This book is a chronicle of his life's journey on the path to find the spirit of architecture. This book is full of anecdotes and experiences from his pursuit of architecture, spanning more than half a century, most of it in India. This book is divided into 4 sections, each section dedicated to the architect at a specific point of their life. The architect in making, which is the student, the architect in the studio when he freshly starts after he graduates, architect in the labyrinth in his middle age when he's pondering upon his issues, on what he's thinking about, and the architect in history, how he wants to be remembered. Let me tell you one more story. Christopher, during his first visit to India in 1968, he visited along with one of his Harvard colleagues, Banaras, Varanasi. They were traveling together in a boat. They were impressed and inspired by the ghats and the buildings and the history of Varanasi. Of course, as 2 Ivy League kids back then, in their 20s, they were cooking up theories and stories. Listening to them, the oarsman, in his little understanding of their conversation, was annoyed. He says, "Nonsense. History is continuous." This abrupt statement from the oarsman made them silent, and Christopher says, and he mentions this in his book, a chill ran down his spine as he understood for the first time a great philosophy from the oarsman that history is continuous. Friends, the spirit of architecture is the spirit of continuity. Each building contains with it all the previous experiences of the world of architecture. What is called a masterpiece lies on the cusp of past and the future. It gathers up all the lessons we are endowed with and generates a new legacy for the future generations. Friends, as I end my talk, I like to say, at this point, I am basking in the beautiful memories of a life spent in his company. I end by my talk saying, this book is a rich harvest of an old man's life lived with full of experiences and wisdom that he wishes to pass on to us, the next generation. Thank you so much.
I'll request Mr. Neotia and Mr. Peter Stajbury to please come on stage as we launch this book in front of all of you this August gathering.